What I think is changing? This is bigger than food prices. What's changing is trust. Countries are looking at the world and realizing that the food is not just about farms. It depends on fuel, on fertilizers, on shipping routes, on trade policy, on whether governments suddenly restrict exports, on whether stay contained, on whether weather remain predictable. And once you see that clearly, stockpiling stops looking paranoid. It starts looking rational. Look at Europe. The EU is treating food security more seriously with crisis planning, stress testing, and growing focus on resilience. Sweden is investing in food contingency reserves, Norway has restarted grain stockpiling, and Finland never really abandoned the logic of strategic reserves in the first place. For years, that look a bit excessive. Now it looks smart. And I think that matters, because when countries that spend decades optimizing for efficiency start rebuilding buffers, it tells you something fundamental has changed. And this is not just a European mood. China had been increasing its focus on grain security, domestic production and stockpiling, not because food suddenly became trendy, but because dependency feels riskier than it used to. India is another important signal. When India restricts rice exports, the whole market reacts. That's what people often underestimate. Food trade is no longer a neutral, automatic system. A single domestic decision by a major country can immediately impact global supply. Brazil adds another layer. Even when food supply exists, it still has to move. And when exports have to reroute shipments, pay higher freight costs, or deal with rising insurance risks, the system becomes more expensive, even without an actual shortage. That's why I see this not as one story, it's a system-wide shift.